Blub GaryTheGammarid, welcome to Frostpunk 2. We're gonna take a look at the beta, because I spent way too much money on this game for some reason and can only play one day, which is awesome. But that just means we have to take it all in one big session. It's probably not going to be exhaustive in any way whatsoever, but it's just a quick look at it and let's see how it feels and if we're happy with it. Especially for everyone watching either in the stream right now or on the video later. Welcome if you're watching the VOD or watching this on YouTube. Also, welcome on YouTube right now because I'm streaming there as well. But yes, we are going to play the preview builder right now and let's just see how it goes and how it feels, and maybe we'll just die in a second and we'll have to restart. I don't know. Ambition, colonization. Okay, so how does this work? I haven't seen anything of this game so far, apart from screenshots of this mess. I don't know how that will be. Out of the icy apocalypse into a hopeful future, lead the city, survive, grow, expand, and prosper. Can you build a world worth living in? That would be nice, I must say. The preview has been limited in scope. No story mode available. The game is work in progress. Bugs, crashes, and placeholders may appear. Playthrough is kept at 300 weeks. I don't think we will reach that, but... Okay, we have 4 different maps. Interesting. What sounds interesting? Fractured Gorge. Horizon. Outweigh the dangers of being placed in the open plains of the Frostland. Oh god. Shelter between mountain ranges and a small valley, this place was judged well protected from the elements with relatively easy access to key resources. Let's just see how this goes. It's interesting, this doesn't change. So, establish food, establish fuel. Establish a fuel. Guys. A fuel. Don't know what fuel thing, but a fuel. We need to establish materials in colony. Perfect. Explore the Frostland territories. That's our ambition, so our goal, I guess. Aha, okay. And if we go for Utopia, which is not enabled, we would increase the population to 40k. Food, fuel, materials, abundance of heat. Interesting. Yeah, that's gonna be a problem for a different kind of build now. 80,000. And at least 2 colonies. Oh. See, that's a nice information. We will have multiple colonies. So I would assume it's like in Frostpunk in one of the later missions where you had one city yourself and then you were trading with other cities and making those last or not. And it's probably like this. No, just that you are not the colony this time and then become a city. But you make a city and then you will branch out into other colonies and probably not control them yourself, but support them with different resources or something, is what I think. But we'll see. Not today, but when the game comes out. Prosperity, output, and abundance of heat, food, goods, materials of a largest amounts, and provide enough shelter for everyone. Interesting. Okay, so those are the different ambitions / modes / goals that you will have. Interesting. Lovely. So if you click back, it's wrapping around, but if you then click to the beginning, it doesn't wrap around that way. It's great. We have different communities. That's interesting. So machinists and foragers, workers and merchants, which are not available, lords and thinkers, and random. So we can only play with the machinists. Difficulty preset. We can do every difficulty but the extreme. Interesting. I'm just gonna go for medium. It's probably gonna be bad enough. And we have to have tutorials, which makes sense. It's a beta, no one knows how to play this. So let's just start it. And we're in. Coolio. When your tension is high and you find it hard to decrease, try increasing your trust. It might save you. Okay. After the breakdown of weather patterns, successful meteorologists grew to mythical esteem. Those who accurately predicted the fluctuations of temperature and pressure drops that the signal with whiteouts are among the most prized in the city, okay? Interesting, let's see that. I mean, of course they would be. Not like in today's time where science is apparently just an opinion. Man, people got so stupid. A new beginning. The end of the world changes people. It changed us. Understandably. Us, the foragers, natural survivalists, adapted to harsh frostland conditions, which is very impressive, I must say. The machinists, descendants of groups that built the initial cities and maintained the machinery. So, the foragers, it seems impossible to me to live and survive in a land where there is no food. Because it's already very unrealistic in the first game when you had all the hunters. How does your food survive? It's nice that you had some food in terms of animals, but where did these come from? How do these survive? Where do they find food? I mean, in some of these scenarios, there were little oases or something, where there were hot springs or something where stuff could a little bit grow, but only if tended to it by them. So, it's still weird to me. That was always a weird thing. How could you survive in something that is literally just ice? But yeah, machinery people, cool. So the engineers, I guess. We chose you as our steward to lead the city. As overpopulation dooms and resources dwindle, we all dream of a better future. What it should look like, this we can't agree on. I mean, as usual, unfortunately. Interesting. Maybe a mistake that I'm the steward, but we will see. Tension stirs and radicals rear their heads. Navigating this will be your ultimate challenge. Tension is a thing. Okay. I mean, we read that in the thing there, in the little note. This preview of Utopia build mode is kept at 300 weeks. The city must not fall. Oh, I have Sabaton in my head right now. It's great. Let's see how this goes. Ooh, that looks pretty. Windswept peaks. Dum, dum, dum. Colonize the Frostland. Okay. Cool. We have a little city. And we have a generator, it appears. Coal is running out, isn't it always? We have grown numerous over the years and waited too long to strike out. Our coal stockpiles are nearly depleted. We have to colonize the Frostland. So colonies are a thing. Interesting. Or maybe we do it ourselves. I don't know. We'll see. Sabaton is great. I mean, totally. I can't play it, unfortunately, because it would really fit now. Though I don't like the country they're singing about. So, for current reasons. But first we located some coal deposits in rough terrain around the city. We must send frost-breaking crews to access them. Interesting. Frost-breaking crews. Aha. To access the coal. I was under the impression there's also oil now in the game. Probably what they call the fuel. Although coal is fuel, so we need more coal. Neat. Let's look at this. Okay, we can pause with space. We can move around. Neat. And we fly around like an eagle. It's awesome. I do like the look of these. The camera is not fixed anymore, guys. That's different. That's very different. We have old way station. Ruins of an old way station battered down during the whiteout years ago. Build a logistics district here to access the Frostland. Okay. So it's like before. And we have 2 of those. We have some shadow coal deposits. 450,000. That's not nothing. But before, guys, remember, in the first game, those were infinite. So that's interesting. Frozen forest. That is a forest. Oh god, that's such a meager forest. 90,000. That's a lot of materials, though, still. 90,000 the first game would lead you through the whole game. There's no music right now, I'm sorry. Fly like a bird. I have different Sabaton songs I do like. It's not a Sabaton song, I know. Let's see what the city... Oh my god, the flying camera. Let's see what the city looks like. So we have a generator. We have some very blue buildings, or turquoise buildings. Central district. Aha, so we have districts now. Interesting. Again, I have no idea what all of this means. I haven't played this. I haven't watched anyone playing it. I intended to, but I had no time. And I can take the generator offline. Okay, total output, 70 fuel mix, 70 coal mix. Interesting. So we can have different fuels now. We have overdrive as before. I did like the other representation of that a little bit more. I'm interested if they change that. And we have building slots. Interesting. An empty building slot at the generator. Access the coal deposit using frost breakers. How? Foragers and machinist community. About 50% each. Tension is absent. General marginally increased by minor cold. And we need to go here. Frost breaking. That is very cool. Construction 300 workforce. 300? How many people? We have 4,800 in this little city? Jolly, that's a population. In the first game, 1,000 people were a lot of mouths to feed. So the numbers have changed. That is one thing. Interesting. I'm curious to see the representation because in the first game you could see people running around. I hope that's still the case because that was really nice. It doesn't seem to be the focus anymore. Okay, there needs to be frost breaking here. Weird. Okay. January 1916. Industrial Revolution time. The hell that was. Heat stamps. Income. So that's the money? Heat stamps? Okay. So we get 11 per week. It's not much. Cores. So we can get more cores now. Interesting. We have the fuel, or the heat, rather. 70 by central district is the output of the generator. We'll see how that goes. We don't have all shelter. We don't have enough shelter for everyone. That's interesting. So we have 4,800 people in the workforce, but only 120 that need shelter. Don't you get shelter if you're not a machinist or forager? That's kind of weird. City seems quite a bit bigger than it looks here. It seems. Underground, maybe? But underground is the generator. You can't live there because too many toxic gases and stuff. As we have seen in the first game when we built a generator. It was really fun. Almost did all the objectives. I think we missed one. 160 output in food. Central District gives some food and a stockpile per day. Okay. Stockpile has 49,000 of 30,000. Okay, that makes sense, sure. But will last for 50 weeks. We have 300 weeks, so that's not going to last forever. We have goods, limited amounts of goods. We demand 41, and we have 15. And the Central District makes 15, so we need to increase our goods. And definitely our coal, because 19 weeks and we're dead. Okay, neat. Because no coal means no life. Guard squads. Okay, so we have seen all of that. It's minus 20 degrees. Just, bathing suit weather, I think. Frost breaking. Population. Progress 1% growth. The better the overall situation in the city, the more people are healthy, the more kids grow up, able and joining the active population. That is different from the first game. There were no kids growing up. Because you work them to death, and also because, you know, colder season. Yeah, it's gonna get colder at week 60. Interesting. And also, you know, because the time frame wasn't that big. I mean, it was a very, in my opinion, the time frame of a month, or a little bit more, it was 40 days, was very compressed, which is normal. Okay. Okay. What am I doing here? So I'm spending heat stamps, which is money, and workforce. Teams of workers with heavy equipment breaking ice and preparing ground so that the city can be expanded. And I need to expand towards the coal. An extraction district on the coal. I need to do this. They need to break up this, and then I need to put a district there, is what I'm assuming. So let's get to work, guys. Don't know how I can do this. Construct buildings. A food depot. Has stockpile capacity. Okay. We have nothing. We don't even know how to extract things. That's a good idea. New content available. Heat stamps. Heat stamps are stockpileable resource that can be spent on frost breaking, constructing districts or buildings, or when using specific actions. A city collects heat stamps weekly. Every community provides its share depending on its size. The bigger the community, the more they contribute. Heat stamps income can be increased by satisfying goods demand. It can also be modified by certain laws and buildings, so it's like taxes. You can request or donate heat stamps to communities and factions. Uh-huh. Okay. That is probably not a smart idea right now, so let's not do that. Construct districts and hubs. Ah, industrial districts which demand materials and give us goods. Look at this. This looks amazing. Although from the first impression, it's not as neatly designed as the first game was in terms of how the style occurred in game, but it's still the beta. We'll see what makes in the end game or in the product. 600 workforce. So what we'll need is an extraction district right there. We can have one here for materials, which is wood in this case. Housing district. We need to provide more shelter. We've seen that, so we should probably build one. We have 30 people without housing, and this provides a few. Okay, so the map is hex grids now. Interesting. And this would be broken. 6 areas to construct district. Oh, interesting. So it's literally a district. We need to give it room. I mean, since I have no freaking idea, I'm just gonna do this. So that's how we grow in this game. Okay. I mean, no, we need housing, so who cares? We just need to do it. Underground is an interesting thing. Go normal, please. So I'm not sure. I don't see people running there and frost breaking this. And this is definitely frosty. Do I have to do more? Well, apparently this didn't work, so let's do... It needs to have 6 as well. Which probably makes sense because we want to build a district here, so... Oh, it needs more than 6. 2, 4, 6, 8? Let's do that. Okay, now they're going frost breaking, and they use heavy machinery for that. Look at that. And that's kind of weird to me. Why do they need to do that? Last time they just built on top of it. Or not true. They were in a ooh, whoa, that was weird. A little chunky there. They were building in a sheltered place, surrounded by ice, and the ice was already gone. So maybe that's the difference here. The sizes are very much different. This seems wrongly. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Look at how small this is. The size doesn't match it really. I think this is not the size it should be, not the perfect representation of it. Because last time this ice was higher than the city. And maybe that's the case? No, it can't be because the mountains are different. I'm not sure how the size ratio is meant to be here. It's very interesting though. Cold miner growing. Yeah, by extremely increased by shelter scarcity. Yeah, okay. And we have crime is growing. God damn it, you crime bastards. So the people are not satisfied by toiling their life away. They want stuff. I mean, I understand. I can see that, but you know what? You know what's better? Not dying in the cold. So maybe wait a bit before I give you more stuff. But we should actually make a district for that. And that means we need another excavation district here is what I'm thinking right now. And we do have almost no money. Yeah, that's great. From unmet demand for goods. So we could get $4 more out of this. And we needed a construction industrial district for 20 goods. That's not even slightly what we need. We need more. But it needs 50 materials. Where do we have material income? There, which is not a thing. We have 20,000. That's good. But we definitely need more extraction for materials. And they demand materials. That's awesome. But they give me 150 materials, 120 coal, or 200 materials. That is interesting. Why doesn't it tell me when it gives me what? Because it will not give me all 3. It depends on where I put them. Does it tell me how much I get here? No. When do I get 200 materials instead of 150? Ah, I bet this is the 150. Let's try this. We can build a district here. I'm not sure if they need to be connected or anything, or they will be connected through a street. Okay. Okay. Let's go on and build this, and let's go on and build an industrial district. I'm gonna build it close, I think. Because why not? Shared workers. Aha. What does that mean? What does that mean? Should I rather have workers here in houses? Or can they share workers? Is that bad? Will that make them less useful or less efficient? That's quite interesting. This will cause something. I don't know what. Will probably make the housing shitty, so I don't want housing near to this district. But I don't know. Oh no! I save workforce by combining those. That is good. That is a good thing. So I should do this. Okay, I understand. Game, I understand. Are you proud of me? I do understand. Although sharing all of it might be not what we want. Very interesting, very interesting. I like it so far. I do like it. Why are you not moving? What's this? Tolerated. City trust. So that's my toleration. Unchanged by neutral foragers, by neutral machinists. Relations define how much communities trust you. Bigger communities impact cities trust more. Okay. Okay. Well, at the moment they don't trust me. That is because we don't have any coal and will die very soon. This was just frost breaking. Now we need to get an extraction district here, which we'll do. There we go. And we'll instantly connect this with a street, which is nice because then I don't have to do shit there. But I'm thinking there will be heat issues. And we have disease. Perfect. Do I have a district that helps with disease? Well, not really. Oh, this also needs heat, which makes sense. So, how much heat am I spending? There's also a hub. Air transport hub. Oh, this game changed. Proximity workforce requirement in neighboring districts is decreased. So that's how we save people. Because we're already getting rid of a lot right now. Oh god. Interesting. That's minus 100 workers for one of these things. It costs me some money though, and I don't have much money anymore, but this would actually help a lot. Look at that, minus 200? That's real nice. Okay, so this touches it completely, which is pretty good, but not the other one. I don't know what that means though. It still says 200 either way. But let's just try this. I'm gonna make one. I'm not sure if it's smart or anything, but I'm just learning. We're just placing shit and see how it goes. It's going to be fine, everyone. Music is little low. I think we should increase that. Hubs are a unique type of district that cover only one tile instead of a standard 6. They are used to improve adjacent districts in their area of effect, such as reducing demand for heat, workforce, or materials. Yeah, reducing heat would be nice, especially down here. But also here. Let's just look at the music. It's not as impactful as it was. I'm rather going here, I think. What else? It's the hubs. Yes, thank you. Mark as red. It's fine. For the moment, I think we have an understanding of what happens. So we need more fuel and we put out more heat. How much can the generator put out? As much as you put fuel in them? That would be new. And there are people whizzing around. I don't think this is people. I think this is transports. Maybe this is people. Can I not go closer? Look at this. These are transports. Are these automaton-like transports or something? Yes, these are automatons, and they're very fast. Look at that. They have... it seems they're running with such speed that they are blurred. That's very weird. Okay, so yeah, the scale has changed a lot. So this was your whole city before, I would guess. More or less. It's interesting. It's interesting. Demands and requirements. Yeah, surplus would be nice, I agree. Buildings and districts have their requirements represented in resources, workforce, or both. If those are not fulfilled, the district will cease to function and will become disabled. So, oh, completely. Interesting. On the other hand, they also have their demand. This amount contributes to your overall demand in the city. Well, that sucks. Meaning that if it's not fulfilled, it will increase your city's problems. That annoys me greatly. Squalor, okay. But it will not affect the district's output. The district will work the same as long as its requirements are fulfilled. Requirements are listed in the top section of the district panel, and keep in mind that you need to fulfill all of them to keep the district running. Perfect. So all the requirements, but not all the demand. So the demand is on top of these. So I actually need 100. I thought this is just building requirement. Interesting, and this is then the running demand, which is not true, it seems. Requirements are listed in the top section of district panel, and keep in mind that you need to fulfill all of them. All factors that increase city's demands are listed in total demand. Okay. We have food. There's surplus, which is nice. Actually, it's not true. There is no surplus. We have exactly how much we need. So we need to work on that as well. Glory. Shelter from coal. Good, we secured a new resource of coal for the generator, but now we need shelter. Without it, people will freeze to death, regardless of how hot the generator runs. The closer to the generator or other shelter, the better. We cannot afford to lose more heat than we have to. So, yeah, so this... I probably should have put that there or something. But we'll just go with our people, we go here, close to the generator. Which is a challenge, to be honest. Because, yeah, not great. Districts, housing district. So we'll build another one and then we are fine with our demands right now. So this saves us heat because we're close. Which is nice. It's weird, these districts, though. So these require 200 people and have a demand of 35. Expand it. Extend the district to increase its output and provide one more building slot. Don't know what that means. So maybe I should have just expanded this one? Security for the future. Stockpiling. Steward, we are extracting more coal than we currently need to provide adequate heat to the city. As such, we have begun to stockpile the surplus, which is smart. At the moment, we have ample storage space left. However, the space will eventually be filled and any additional coal will be left out in the elements, rendering it worthless. If we do not wish to lose the surplus, we should build more depots. There are different types of depots for various resources. You can construct them in any district that have empty building space. Aha, okay. So it needs to be in building space, but here would be great. Where is this depot? It's just a food depot at the moment, unfortunately. I don't have anything else. Shows me air transport hub. Although I don't see air transport going around. It's just some very weird automatons running the streets. And some very weird people speeding along. I hope that's people. I can't see, really. Which is kind of sad. I liked that in the first game. But that comes with changing scale. Some resources apart from heat, steam, shelter, guards, guard squads, and frostland teams. Some resources apart from almost all of them can be stockpiled. Interesting. Blah, blah. Okay. Yeah. Stockpile storage capacity. Fuel depot stores coal and oil. So we have oil now. We don't have it right now, but we could have it, technically. But we cannot we don't have these depots. Could you please give me this depot if you give me, you know, the warning? Use warmth from central district or another housing by constructing housing in close proximity. Okay, we did that, and we are building the second housing district, which is fine. We already expanded in materials, which the game didn't tell me, and we expanded in goods, which makes everything a little bit better, but we need more. So what we would need, for example, is now here expand this. And I probably should, well, I should have built 2. It said we should build 2. What is if I expand this? It's 50 heat stamps. We are running out slowly. It's kind of bad right now. We only get 15 per week, which is almost the max. We don't have that much population anymore. But I would like to increase the output so we are at least equal, if not getting a surplus. Surplus would be great. So that's just... Is that not just another district? No. Okay, we're just giving half of it on top of this. That's very interesting, and it's still working. Where are my demands? Coal, we're stockpiling, which is good. We are stockpiling 15 a day. That's not much. It's good that we saved some heat here. Absent workforce. Unresolved problems in the city can make part of its workforce absent. Those workers are temporarily excluded from your workforce. Okay, because they're striking? Oh, sick or injured, okay. High disease. These people will only rejoin available for workforce upon decreasing disease in the city. We shouldn't have that much disease anymore. There is no one. Well, now in a second there's no one without housing. And the disease should go down. It's interesting, but it's far more removed than it was before. Which, you know, it's a different style. I'm interested how that will be received by the players. Scraping the barrel with heat from the generator and shelter for everyone. We're safe from the cold for now. But as the city grows, it will not be enough. Oh yes. The machinists and foragers have different opinions on how to improve the city further. We need a place to develop ideas for the future. So, yeah, research. Expand the housing district to provide more space for advanced buildings. And build a research institute. I built this wrong. But I'm gonna try to hug the generator here a bit more and expand this. Luckily, I do have some money for this. And we should give everyone shelter right now. We have a little surplus for shelter. I'm not sure how this calculates, though. It doesn't make much sense to me. Because we have, you know, 2,000 people in the workforce and only need 130 homes. Or 120. So, how does that work? Is the home very, very shared? Like, you know, 500 people per home or something? Well, it's a little bit much, but, you know. Like 20 people per home. And actually we have 5,000 people in the city, apparently. Which is 60% of the population is the workforce. So we actually... The fuck? We actually have almost 10k in the city? That seems a bit much, guys, doesn't it? Yeah, now we need more heat and more coal, and that means we are not stockpiling anymore. Huh. Actually, we're losing stockpile. Oh, that's really shitty. That is the worst. Build a research institute. Aha, now we have this as a building slot. Dense housing. Interesting, okay. Well, let's build a research institute there. Do we have... We could frost break a bit more. Hubs, districts, no. Housing. Yeah, that's just the research institute. Gives us 15% research speed. Needs more heat, so we're already running extremely low on heat. That's really bad. Because we're running out of coal. So I already need to expand this. To get more output. Where is my demands not met thing? Where are my demands? We have 25 cores, which will be interesting. But wasn't there a total demands thing? I know I've seen it. We have a stockpile surplus. That's good. And we have a surplus in materials, which is good. And we have a surplus in food, which is a lie. Because we actually don't. So we need one more for that. Oh, this is gonna run out of control really fast. Get out of control. Let's look at this. Can we really go here? I want to go here now. Let's break this. Do I really always have to do the 6? Or what? No, even more. For frost breaking. I mean, probably because it costs me a certain amount of things. And that's why it needs so much more. Let's just prepare for future expansion, because we will need to expand the coal. We only have 500 weeks until this runs out. That's not a good sign. Let's hope we get a permanent fuel source. And a ban. Ah, isn't it nice? But you are spending both food and materials? Oh, you wasn't a fan of the first, really, and maybe this fits you better. Why weren't you a fan of the first? Oh, well, fan. Or a friend of the first, let's say that. I don't like the word fan much. Ooh, look at that, we had some flying thing. Look at that, they're flying. We have blimps. It's amazing. Unfortunately, they're going away. Is there a change in the settings that we can do here? No. Like in, I was thinking like in Total War, Warhammer, where you could tell the camera to not get rid of things in front of you. Which would be really nice, but that doesn't seem to be a setting for that, at least yet. Which is kind of sad. Okay. Yeah, the whizzing around people I find kind of disturbing, but okay. It's probably also because of time compression. Population is increasing by, okay, 30% to the next whatever. This city. Can't name it. It's gonna get colder, so we will need more coal. And we don't have more coal. We're already taking the stockpile apart. Oh, this is gonna be just the best. It's already looking perfectly peachy. Unlocks the idea tree. Each institute improves research speed. Okay. So the problem is, if we need more research, we need better and bigger city districts, and that makes me shiver in the cold. Different ideas, communities. I don't like different ideas. Only my ideas, and you will, you know, love them. A small crowd gathers outside of the new research institute, arguing how to exploit the last coal veins. Machinists want us to lean on machine-powered mining. Yes, but foragers would have us pursue a more frugal solution. They would never display such discord in the captain's heyday. You have to choose who to entrust with developing the idea. Since one side said we want better machines to make it easier to get the stuff, and hopefully better to get the stuff, and maybe even deeper to get the stuff, because this is just shallow. And the others say, we want something different. I think I'm leaning towards the machinist at the moment. Could you please explain yourself more, foragers, you know? Tell me what your idea is so I can weigh them against each other. Show me our options. Okay, it's in the tree. The communities of the city have different perspectives. You may not be able to please everyone, which is also bad because there then will be uprisings. Idea tree, we need new ideas to move forward. Indeed, however, different communities may propose diverging answers to the same issue. They will only pursue solutions that align with their worldview. Of course. Choosing a community to develop an idea will improve your relations with that community. I see. Okay. So, we have coal mines, we have sawmills, sounds good, we have hothouses. Hothouses, good for food. Especially in this situation, because you don't need to run around in the frozen wasteland and try to find the last rabbit that goes around, and then you will see, well, there's no rabbit anymore. So that's probably the preferred solution for my tastes. Geothermal plants, ooh, I like to see that. Generator upgrade. Oh, yes, baby. Autonomous heater. Good stuff, guys. Squalor. Okay, nice. Well, we go for coal mines. Let's see. So, A dust coal mine. Requires an extraction district with a coal deposit. Mining operations where residue coal dust is sucked up and compressed into briquettes to make maximum use of the resource. So that's the frugal solution, I would assume. Okay, 150 coal output. That's not bad. I don't know where they get the dust from, because is there really that much in the air? Don't you have filters, guys? I mean, I probably don't have filters. We didn't have filters for the longest time because people are idiots. And that's why in some of the cold areas where I come from, they actually were coughing up black goo. It's great. Maximum use of the resource means it lasts longer, I think. Well, that is the question. Does it really? A reliable, tried and true source of fuel burn on the generator to provide heat. And I mean, they do want to increase climate change to come back to a good time. Disease is slightly increased. Disease is increased, interesting, because of the dust. Yeah, makes sense. That's not great. It cost me 80 bucks, which I don't have, and it cost me 50 bucks, which I don't have to do this. Cool. And the machinists say grinding coal mine. Requires an extraction district with a coal deposit. Operation using grinding machines to churn through coal seams quickly, leaving heaps of slag behind. Which gives more squalor. Because of the slags? Do they really care? So this gives more output. And needs more materials. So this is more conservative, but needs more people, which is also bad. We don't have unending amounts of people, and that's a lot of workforce, to be honest, for a little bit of coal. Even though this is more coal than you would make in the other game ever. Well, not in a week, to be honest. Would make that per day in there. So less materials is good for us right now. Materials need to maintain infrastructure. Failing to provide them will cause squalor and to increase. Still don't know what squalor is. We also have not only survival, but also economy and society, which is a lot of trees. The coal would last longer, though, without slag. That is the question. Would it? It doesn't say. I don't know. And this increases squalor. The filth, grime, and pollution present in the city. So there's more pollution here, but less disease. Weird. It is produced by the generator, heavy machinery, and poor sanitation. Squalor increases sickliness, slows population growth, and wears down districts. Okay. So, more coal for more materials and less workforce, but not really much less. Or more workforce, like, you know, 30% more. A little bit less coal output, which is significant. And we still get disease. Increasing as their bodies are worn down by the cold or difficult work conditions, because it's difficult to do. Disease increases the number of people in your city unable to work. We can't make hospitals so far. Maybe that's another hub that we can make in one of these things. So that's an interesting choice. And I'm sorry that I'm looking so long at this, but there is a lot to consider, to be honest, because these are more people. Pissing them off will definitely make it harder. But I do lean towards this because overall it needs less resources. I save like 4 times the materials, or I would need to spend 4 times the materials for them permanently. This is a permanent demand, and without them, their output will not go down, but they will destroy the district or something. Because it gives squalor, and squalor destroys the district and, you know, pollutes the area for some reason. I don't know. It's kind of weird to me why that would pollute the area if you don't give them enough stuff. I would assume if you give them more stuff, they would more pollute, but sure. Game stuff, I guess. It costs the same either way to construct and to get the idea. But here I piss off more people if I take these guys. Squalor seems worse than just diseases. Yeah, it does. It does. Definitely. This is the more conservative option in terms of I don't want to murder my people that hard, but also I get less out of it. It needs more resources overall, in my opinion. I mean, yeah, you save 100 workforce, which is important, but those materials are costly. Those are really costly, and that's for 30 more coal. I need 40 more materials. That's a lot. That's a lot. I think I go with this option for now. God, I'm gonna piss off the machinist so much. Next time we need to have to take the machinist option. There will be no choice, because otherwise I will piss them off so much. Fighting against the code is futile. We will not give in to the hubris of machines. The frost makes steel brittle. I mean, it probably does, but machines are not hubris. They will definitely make the work easier. We will adapt, even if it means sacrifices. See? We will build machines to carve our place in ice. We will improve ourselves with technology, which I definitely support. We will rip resources from the frozen earth to sustain everyone. I mean, I support it where you don't destroy nature with it too much. Because that's what's killing us right now. So, probably won't kill them. They will have other problems, but you know. We'll bend nature to our will and we will thrive. I think for this one, I will take this idea. I'm curious how long that will go. The people of your city form communities, groups of people united by a common outlook and background. You can view them, yeah, if you click on them, okay. You can find information regarding your relations with a specific community. Your relations with each community will impact your overall trust. So now you have to balance these communities as well in your research, which is kind of weird. That's gonna make for some really bad decisions, I fear. So you're not just choosing what is most important for you, you're choosing what you need to please people. I hate politics, it's the worst. There's so much more important things than politics in the world. It is a balancing act, indeed. And that's what the devs want you to do, the balancing. I'm interested if we get more communities over time. Probably in the main game in terms of campaign, maybe? This looks so weird. If anyone has played this, please tell me if these weird visuals come from the quality improvements or something, because sometimes that can happen. The FSR stuff. It's not always the greatest. Research coal mines, construct a newly researched building in an extraction district. So that will be a building inside of this. That's good that I already improved this. Which doesn't help with the output. That's awesome. We're still losing coal. Hard. Which then will lose us sick. Not sick. Which then will lose us heat, which will then make more people sick. That's joyful. So I'm not quite sure if I like this look so far. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I could get more people back from building another one of these. Do you need heat? No, you need materials, which is not better. So you need 50 people to decrease these two by 200, which is a gain, but you need to be very careful where you place them. You can't place them everywhere, and they will eat your materials. At the moment, we have a surplus of 50? No. Oh, yes, we do. Just, okay. But the locked one is the ones that my industrial districts definitely 100% need to work. Otherwise, they will not work. And then they need more. 150 more on top of that, which they demand. Could I not just slap them in the face and say, shut up? I don't give a shit about your demands. I mean, I can, and then, you know, everything will go to shit, but it's kind of weird. Who are they that they can demand shit? 40 per day? You're spending 40 in this? Oh god, yeah, we have a problem, guys. We have a big problem. I'd like to build a building that helps me, please. We're doing research in coal mines. It's gonna take forever. It's not good. I need more stuff, please. I also need more food. Ah, wow. Okay, we don't make enough food. I need to make food. We're not making food at all. It's just the thing we are using. What does this do? It doesn't say what it does. It says it's better here and worse here. The food stuff. So this is good and bad here. Oh, that's gonna be absolute shit. And this is my fertile ground for food. Well, mistakes were made. I need to build the district here. I do. These guys have building slots, which is nice. This is hell. I should have built this back here or maybe here or something. I don't have enough money to move this, so I guess we'll deal. Okay, this needs less heat. Well, I save a bit of heat, which heat will kill me right now. So this was a mistake. I should, you know, the best thing would be to just start over. Not much did happen. What are all those white buildings around the generator? That's just the main district housing. The generator heat is mostly in the center, and this is not as heated, apparently. It's just the center district here. Those are just housing that was there in the beginning. Just like the normal city in Frostpunk, you know. These will have some snow on them because they're not close enough to the generator. Don't get as much residual heat or as much heat outside, you know. There is something that was misinterpreted by many I've seen, or by some I've seen at least, is that this just pushes out heat, which is not true. It's actually heating up steam vents or steam pipes, and these pipes run in the street, and that's how these houses get heat. They get heat from the pipes, not from the generator as pure radiated heat. There is heat radiation though, and that keeps these out of snow. So these get heat radiated to them as well. But the heat radiation is not what gives them the heat, because that wouldn't work. Because then you had this guy here cooking and this guy here freezing to death, if that was the case. So that's not how it works. It was always about pipes in the streets. I've never played the first one. I saw streams, but it never caught my fancy. Try click on one. Click on what? I can't click these houses. This is a district. I can only click the district. Look at the lines outside. This is a district here. This is a district, and you can see the outlines here. This is a district. This is a district, a horrible one now because I built this horrible thing. I could get rid of this. Gives me some heat stamps back. How much would it be to rebuild this? I may have to. This is a really terrible district. It costs me a bit more, but I get 60% or so back. I think I have to, unless I want to restart. So I can't do that. They will destroy this, and I'm going to, and this is going to cost me dearly. Do this. You know what? We'll go here. This is not going to work. Shite. It's not going to work because there's more resources here that I need. I can't build this on top of that. Okay, you know what? This is the first video looking at things. We're just going to restart now for another video. And we'll try to use what we have learned in the next iteration. I think that is good. Thank you for watching this. If you like, don't forget to leave a like on the video. Don't forget to sub to the YouTube if you really liked. It really, really helps the channel. Follow the Twitch, come to the Discord. All those things are really, really helpful. Thank you all for being here. And we are going to put a cut in this video and make a new attempt right now, because we have learned already a lot of things and I want to use them and see if that would lead to better things. Confusing, yeah. Yeah, it's different, Manaway. It's different. It's not about individual buildings, it's about districts now, which is a different scale that you have to think about now. But it's interesting. I'm intrigued. Let's just see. See you in the next video, guys. Blub blub.